everyone, welcome to the Flight Sim deck. Today we're going to do a very special flight with the FSElite 6K livery. This livery is celebrating 6,000 likes on Facebook, and we're inviting everybody to download the livery and then share your best shot to the Facebook post regarding this. You can win up to 30 euros from Sim Market, so make sure you do that. The contest runs through Sunday, March 18th, 2018. So check that out. We're going to be doing a flight with it today. I just want to show you the route we're going to do. We're going to go from Miami to San Francisco, California. And this is going to be with the Winco 2 departure. And then that will bring us out over the Pacific Ocean. And we'll be making our way back in through the Louisiana area. And back up to the States. Kind of going by Texas and, a little bit near Colorado and Arizona. And then that'll bring us into California, where we'll be shooting for the Diamond 3 arrival. And that'll bring us up around this way by Coaldale, off to the west, and then probably straight in for 28, left or right. And that's just going to be the route today. This is like around a 6-hour flight, and it's going to be one of the longer flights of the channel, and of course in this beautiful livery. So we're going to go ahead and start the pushback, get all 4 engines started, and then we'll be on our way out of here over to runway 8 right.
Roger that. Ready for pushback, tail to the left. Release brake, please. Brakes released.
Not quite sure how Miami's going to be on frames with this aircraft. This aircraft is actually really good on frames per second. So hopefully it's good in Miami. I usually struggle to get, smooth frames. I'm going to start the clock, and the pushes began. So let's go ahead and get the 3 and 4 started. Now, if you don't have the 747 and you're a little intimidated by it, I would say don't be. If you are familiar with the 737, a lot of it is really similar in a lot of ways with the FMC, almost pretty much kind of the way you start the engines. A lot of it is really similar, so don't ever be intimidated by this aircraft. It might look intimidating, but it's really, really straightforward, and like I said, a lot of ways it's similar to the 737, somewhat. I just feel like if you've flown that plane, you'll be able to pick this plane up no problem, because that was always kind of my thing. It was like, sometimes I just get tired of learning new airplanes, and it didn't really take much learning. You just get the checklist, watch a few YouTube videos, and it was pretty much good to go. I'm still probably not even quite there with it, but enough to get it from point A to point B. So this is the exterior. This is a great livery that some of the team members worked on, and commemorates the 6K likes on Facebook. And we've been working on this team for a couple years now, and to bring it to have the success on Facebook, YouTube, and then the website, to become one of the top flight simulation media companies out there is pretty astounding to do that in a short time. We have a great team. Very diverse team as far as what our talents are, and that's just kind of what makes it work and makes it go well. So right now we're in what they call the penalty box area, and we're going to taxi onto Papa, and then that'll put us over to 8 right, and we'll be on our way out from there. But yeah, I'm doing this flight on Project Fly. Make sure you follow me on there, or just friend me on there, and you can know when I'm flying around and where I am and stuff like that. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram. Sometimes I'll post when I'm flying on Instagram, and or on Facebook too when I'm doing a flight on Project Fly. So there is that. This plane, it is a massive plane, but it really feels massive when you take it on taxiways like this, and you just see in the windscreen how small of space there is as you're heading down the taxiway. Let's bed forward a little bit. We're approaching 8 right now. We're going to hold short once we get there. And I'm going to take a look at my checklist, and then we'll be on our way out. we've gotten some great screenshots so far. Just like I said, find the FSElite Facebook page, find the post, and then submit it in the comment section on there. This video is coming out on March 14th, so you have about 4 days to get your entries in and win some sim market stuff. You know, you might as well give it a shot. I will put the livery in the somewhere in the comments to get you the link to it. Alright, we'll get the taxi light off, the landing lights on, and the runway turn-off lights, or first the strobe. Runway turn-off lights are actually already on, as they should be. Strobe on, and get the LNAV VNAV set. And we will be out of here. This is my second flight with the 747, so despite I'm saying it's pretty easy to fly, I don't know if I'm doing everything correctly, but so far it's working. But you know, I need to spend a great amount more time with it before I can really get a grip on it. But it's working out pretty good. Now, this is kind of an awkward runway to turn on from this angle, so I'm going to do my best. Try to line it up center line. I like to come out here a little more to give myself some space, but yeah, it's kind of awkward when you have to do that extra turn. Actually, not too bad.
On runway 08 right.
Alright, we're going to throttle up. My throttle is busted, so jumps all over the place. I really need to either switch the throttle arms or get a whole new quadrant altogether. $80 knots.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And again, for this flight, we have a left turn. And we actually get to go through a little bit of weather. It's not really raining, but we get to go through some interesting cloud patterns right now. And I think we're going to see some chop once we get up into that, which will be nice. I really welcome this weather. A lot of the flights I've done recently kind of have had some... I just fly on days when there just isn't anything cool going on as far as the clouds or the weather, but might have something today. Because that's part of the fun for me. I like flying in some interesting weather. Keeps it fun, gives you some bumps, and you know, who wouldn't want that? Trying to be more mindful about the flaps. I think last time I put them up a little too early, a couple of notches, but I'm paying more attention to that. Let's make this turn. The magenta line is moved a little funny, but once we come into that turn, it should be fine. So yeah, this flight's going to be a while. I've yet to do a long haul, a real long haul, something like 12 hours or more, which I'll probably do soon. I wanted to actually do something from the west coast of America out to Heathrow, or actually I could do Heathrow to the West Coast, so something like that. Maybe Heathrow to I don't know. I don't have LAX. I could go to San Francisco, or I really don't have that many airports actually for the West Coast that a 747 would fly into, unless I don't know if they fly into John Wayne or any of those. They might. I don't know. It's a pretty short runway though. Passing 10,000 feet, landing lights come off the runway, turn off lights. I like how the brakes move from RTO once you have lift. It kind of scared me a couple of times because I thought that I had forgot to put it on RTO, but I noticed that it turns it off for you. We're kind of going through some of the soup right in the middle of cloud layers right now. We got some storms off to our right, which we shouldn't have to deal with. Now I have the Mad Dog, the Leonardo Fly the Mad Dog X1, but I haven't spent time learning it. Sometimes I just get tired of learning new aircraft. I have so many different aircraft, and then, there's ones that I quit flying for some time, like the Dash 8 and the 717, and then I kind of just forget how to do everything. They're all a little different, and they all have their quirks. And, when you fly so many different planes, it's hard to really become proficient at all of them. So lately, I'm just trying to stick to stuff I know, because I just want to enjoy the flight. I don't really want to mess around and relearn planes, but the more I fly them, the more everything just stick in my mind. Even using the checklist and stuff, it's kind of like I forget. We're like, okay, where's this switch at? And then I gotta remember it and refresh myself. But I'd like to do some different flights lately, with like a Dash 8, a 717, the Mad Dog. I just haven't quite gotten around to that. But here is the livery. It's a pretty beautiful livery, and I hope you guys enjoy that. This was some nice work put into this. There'll probably be another one at 10K. Who knows what we'll be doing then. So right now we're approaching our cruise altitude of 340. And that's where we'll be leveling off today. Need to do another live stream soon. I have one planned to do somewhat of some bush flying, if you will. I'm not going to say where yet, but I think it will be pretty fun to do, especially live. So that'll be coming up sometime. Right now, if you remember on the route, we are going out over the Pacific Ocean now, briefly, and then we'll be re-entering Louisiana, over Louisiana. So this is that portion of the flight where we head out over the water for a little bit. We're just about 45 minutes into the flight. Well, 45 minutes since we taxied from the gate, but so about 35 minutes in. And now we've crossed the Pacific Ocean, and we're heading over Louisiana. And this is right when we're getting near Arizona and Colorado. I tried to definitely can't include all 6 hours of this flight, so I'm trying to pick some of the more interesting times. This is when I actually got a break in clouds, so I thought I'd record some footage at this point. Something new I kind of want to start doing, because I've been doing a lot of flights on Project Fly that I don't even record them, but I'm thinking about, on some of them, recording the approach and just uploading the approach as a video with maybe, with some commentary and some additional camera angles and stuff with the landing, and I'm thinking people might want to see something like that. Sometimes these approaches are pretty cool, and I just feel bad not recording them, but I just really like flying without recording it sometimes. Allows you to focus a lot more on what you're actually doing. So now we are going to start our descent. We should be on the ground in about 25 minutes, where we're still looking at the 28 left arrival with a Diamond 3, and that's what we'll be doing. It's going to be a pretty easy approach straight on in, and yeah, that's what we'll be doing right now. About to come through 10,000 feet, so it's time to get the landing lights back on. I'm using the Orbx. I use Vector and Global, and I also have the NorCal pack. Now, as someone who is a resident in Northern California, of course, I've got to have that pack, and it really enhances everything. And my frames are a lot better these days around San Francisco, and I never thought that day would come, because I used to run the Flightbeam San Francisco International with the NorCal Orbx, and it just was so terrible on frames. I just couldn't fly in it, much less make a video with that kind of quality. And now it's amazing. It's actually one of the smoothest airports that I have. A lot better than Miami and stuff like that. So yeah, I really like the NorCal pack. It looks really good. So we're just heading down through 8,000. The airport is about, I want to say, 30 to 40 miles away. And we're going to start lining up. Wish the clouds didn't disappear like that, but they do. And again, I still have not upgraded to 4.2 or Active Sky. Luckily, I updated my video card drivers recently, but I've been really bad about updating things. I just don't spend as much time on the simulator. I'm still flying a lot, but I don't. When I have some time to get on my computer and fly, I would rather just fly and not deal with updates and stuff. Even though it doesn't even take that long, I should just suck it up and do it. But I haven't, but maybe by the next video I'll have 4.2 at least, and update Active Sky. I know they just came out with a new beta version, and I'm sure some of these things may have been fixed. But yep, heading into the Bay Area of San Francisco, California. So actually we're going to go straight a little more and then we line up. I was a little early with that before, thinking that we were already lining up with the runway. Now again, I record this commentary after the fact, so sometimes I'm recording this several days after I already did the flight, so try to remember where I'm at and what I'm doing, but I'm not quite obviously as sharp as when I'm actually doing it. I think I would probably record the commentary live at the same time if I had a better mic. I don't have a good mic. I use my iPhone actually to record the audio for this, because it's a clean audio, and the headset I use for live streaming is just awful. It's really staticky. It's just terrible, and that's why I don't even live stream as much sometimes, because of that. I just don't want people to have to hear that type of sound. Oftentimes people will sound matters more to people than visual stuff, so you gotta have good sound. I just need a good tabletop mic. It'd be awesome if the iPhone could somehow be used as a live mic, and maybe it can be, I don't know. I doubt it though, as far as plugging it in. And maybe you can plug it in USB and use it, who knows, I don't know. Anything's possible, but yeah, so let's see here, we're getting very close. You can almost see, I can start to see the airport. Last time I did a 747 flight, which was the, reenacted the final United 747 video, or flight. Made a video out of that, and we flew out of San Francisco out to Hawaii. So now we're flying into San Francisco, and this is where the FSElite plane will be parked for now. I might move it somewhere else. Because of Project Fly, I'm trying to do the fleet the way I should. So if I fly a plane to San Francisco, next time I do a flight, I'm going to do it from San Francisco to somewhere else. I don't want to jump around moving the fleet into different areas. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't force you to do that, but I just like to keep it organized in that way. And then we have a turn coming up any second now. I've been getting asked a lot about, you know, people who are just getting into flight simulation. They just got Flight Simulator X or X-Plane or something, and they don't know where to begin. And I might put together a video about something like that. I don't want to go into too many details because I don't want my ideas to be taken, but you know, to do some type of video like that to help get people started who don't know anything. I really want to gear it towards people who know nothing, who are starting from nothing. You know, no knowledge of airplanes. They just think they kind of want to fly airplanes virtually and what to know and all that. Because I remember when I got into it, I didn't understand anything. I'm just like, I didn't understand how people had these like awesome looking airport textures and why their 737 looked better than my 737. I didn't really realize at the time there was all these add-ons you can buy and load into the simulator and use them. And a lot of people just, if you're just getting into it, you don't know where to go. You don't know what websites have the best stuff, where to get paints and the best planes and freeware and sceneries, weather, and stuff like that. There's just so much to know when you first get into it, because to make it truly awesome, to make it look like, you know, for example, you know, my videos, when you see the weather and the scenery and stuff, people wonder, where do you get all that stuff? So, you know, it'd be nice to point people in the right direction for that type of thing. So we're about to reach the 5-mile point. Get in the airplane, configured, we have the gear down, the spoilers are armed. Still configuring the flaps. Actually, the flaps already have on 30, so we're good to go. I'm going to take the autopilot off in a second and hand fly it in. And hopefully we don't bust the approach here. I've been doing that lately because I've been a little rusty, so hopefully I don't. But I'm going to go sterile cockpit from here until we're on the ground, and I'll speak with you again then.
Approaching 28 left.
Approaching minimums. 200 minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
First thrust is deployed, and we're going to cut it right above 70. I really like the runway textures at San Francisco. It's a great looking airport if you don't have it. So next we're going to move into the replay mode. And I'll show you the replay. I'm sorry, for some reason it has the low terrain warning every time I show the replay in the 747. And I don't know why, but that's kind of annoying. Kind of ruins the footage. But it just does that. Maybe there's a fix for that or something. I don't know. I'm using the replay mode in chase plane. I'm not sure if it does it without the replay mode in chase plane. I'm not too sure about that, because I haven't been using that lately. I've been using the other one. And here's the exterior view.
Too low terrain. 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 Too low terrain.
Alright, we're going to head over to the cargo side of the airport, I guess. This isn't really an airline, so I'm not going to park it at a gate or anything. But I never get to go to this side of San Francisco, so why not go over here? I think this is more like United's territory. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to park it somewhere. I'm going to park it up in this little area here. And that'll conclude our video today. So remember, as I said before, I got the Flight Sim deck on Instagram, Facebook, Flickr, Project Fly. I have a Twitter, but I don't use it. I'm not going to... That's just too much at that point. I'm already on enough social media with this stuff, so... you can follow me on those places and see some of the other stuff I upload. I got a lot of the photography, real-world photography and simulation on Flickr. And that might interest you, so you can find me on there. Always doing flights. Maybe got some live streams coming soon, I hope. I'm looking at the better mics. I might have to just do one with the poor mic I have already. People don't seem to really be too bothered by it, so that's okay. So yeah, we're just gonna park it here, put the brakes on and cut those engines off. Actually, we gotta switch over to APU power of the generator. And that's gonna do it. Remember guys, the contest ends Sunday the 18th. Hope to see you enter, and hopefully you win. Good luck to you. Thanks for watching today guys. You take care, and I will see you next time.